Shalom, shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kadash, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. I want to give double honors to the apostle and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to all the Hakim out there that's doing the work in sincerity and charity with humiliation all across the four winds. It's the brother YASHARAHLA from the GMS Bahamas Camp back at you with this troop. Now, I wanted to do a quick lesson on actually a picture that I saw, right? And from reading it, it depicts how the world is today, with politics and, the way of life, the way people live their lives, But it reads that this city is afraid of me. I have seen his true face. The streets are extended gutters, and the gutters are full of blood. And when the drains finally scab over, all the vermin will drown. The accumulated filth of all their sex and murder will foam up about their waists, and all the whores and politicians will look up and shout, "Save us!" And I look down and whisper, "No." Alright? Now, reading that, let's filter that through the scriptures, right? It's the book of 1 Samuel chapter 8, right? Starting at verse 6, right? It reads, "But the thing displeased Samuel when they said, 'Give us a king to judge us.' And Samuel prayed unto the Most High." Now, reading on back, this was when the people wanted a king. When Samuel was old, and he decided to make his sons, and he made his sons judges over Israel. But Samuel's sons didn't follow, and some wasn't like Samuel. They were into vanity, and lucrate money, and the people wasn't pleased with that. So they beg Samuel to give them a king to rule over them. You see, this verse 7, "And the Most High said unto Samuel, Hearken unto the voice of the people in all that they say unto thee." It's the Most High telling Samuel will give them what they ask for. Give them a king to rule over them. For they have not rejected thee, but they have rejected me, that I should not reign over them. So they didn't want the Most High reign over them. They wanted a king to rule over them. They wasn't satisfied with what they had. They wanted more. You see? So now, verse 8, "According to all the works which they have done since the day that I brought them up out of Egypt, even unto this day wherewith they have forsaken me, and served other gods, so do they also unto thee." So they forsake the Most High and his instructions when he brought them out of the land of Egypt, because he was stiff-necked nation. And they did the same with Samuel when he appointed the kings to rule over them. You see? In verse 9, it says, "Now therefore hearken unto their voice." The Most High telling Samuel, listen to what they saying. "Howbeit, yet protest solemnly unto them, and show them the manner of the king that shall reign over them." Gone. So the Most High telling Samuel, listen to what they saying, give them what they ask for, right? But let them know what they getting. You see? So now Samuel went and spoke to the people, and Samuel told all the words of the Most High unto the people that asked him a king. You see? And it goes on to say in verse 11, "And he said, This will be the manner of the king that shall reign over you. He will take your sons and appoint them for himself, for his chariots, and to be his horsemen, and some shall run before his chariots." Con. Meaning he could take your sons and make them basically into his servants. That's what the king can do. Right? Same thing like the government, The people elect who they want. And when we select the prime minister what he want, he select the cabinet. The people select the people, and the people select the prime minister. You see? And he will appoint him captains over thousands and captains over 50s. Gone. You have your different ministers who is the head of different constituencies. You see? I will set them to air his ground, and to reap his harvest, and to make his instruments of war and instruments of his chariots. Can to look over the people. Verse 13, and he will take your daughters to be confectionaries, and to be cooks, and to be bakers. Verse 14, and he will take your fields and your vineyards and your olive yards, even the best of them, and give them to his servants. Can when these politicians get in power, they give who they want to give what they want. Even when it comes down to land, you could apply for years ahead in advance, but if they don't give that to you, they ain't give it to you. They give it to who they want to give it to. Verse 16, and he will take your men servants and your maid servants and your goodliest young men and your asses, and put them to his work. Gone. 17, he will take the tenth of your sheep, and ye shall be his servants. That's your taxes. And ye shall cry out in that day because of your king, which ye shall have chosen you. Khan, after the Most High didn't give you what you wanted when it comes to that aspect. They wanted a king to rule over them, and Samuel telling them, "By this what the king can do to y'all." And the Most High will not hear you in that day. So after he didn't tell you all these things and telling you what this king can do, y'all gonna ask the Most High for help, but the Most High ain't gonna help y'all. Same thing as it says inside the picture what up right now. You see where it says, and all the whores and politicians will look up and shout, "Save us," and I'll look down and whisper, "No." The Most High is saying, and the Most High will not hear you in that day. He can tell you all no, because this is what you asked for. You see? Verse 19, nevertheless, the people refused to obey the voice of Samuel, and they said, "Nay, but we will have a king over us." You see? That we also may be like all the nations, and that our king may judge us and go out before us and fight our battles. God, same thing as the government here. You put these people in place. We're supposed to be there to represent you. We're supposed to be there for you. But they don't be there for you. You there. They there ruling you. You see? They don't listen to what you have. They may listen to what you have to say, but they still do what they want to do. But that's what you ask for. You see? Trying to be like the other nations. Verse 21, and Samuel heard all the words of the people, and he rehearsed them in the ears of the Most High. And the Most High said to Samuel, hearken unto their voice, and make them a king. And Samuel said unto the men of Israel, go ye every man unto his city. God. The Most High gave them what they asked for. Same thing here. The people cry and cry, but in the end, the people still get what they asked for. They get a rule over them who have no consideration for their well-being. But that's just a little brief lesson, as to how society is today. But I want to give thanks and praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai for giving me the knowledge to do this lesson. Once again, peace and salutations to all the Akim out there that's doing this work. May the Most High guide and protect each and every one of us, the hopeful elect. And may no weapon formed against us prosper, may it be spiritual, mental, physical, or emotional. Shalom.